As soon as I go live, cough comes out. Alrighty. Hello, everyone. INKcredible Wednesday. Hello, everyone. All right. Let's see. How are we going to do this today? All right. I'm going to put this here so that we can try and do this TikTok thing today. All right. Ooh, and there is my notification. Whoa. All righty. And that is what the first picture is. I'm like this on the thumbnail on here. Go figures. All right. So let's see. Okay. All right. All shared out. And let me start my TikTok. How you guys doing over there? Just give me a second. Oh, Jesus, that does not say creative. Oh, Lord. All right, let's hit go live over there. Ooh, my color over here went crazy. All right, there we go. I just posted a question in the Facebook group. Is it something that has a picture to it? If not, if you can post over here, that would be great. All right, so let's get right into this. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today? I am Shakeya, the professor of HS Inc. 365 LLC. We are the parent company of Silaholics Anonymous, which is the platform that I have taught you guys Silhouette Studio for the past 7 years. Our wonderful, amazing, incredible product line, honestly speaking, which we currently carry Sublimation ink, Sublimation paper, Pigment ink, and some other accessories like heat tape and things like that. Cartridges, chips, and all that kind of good jazz to be able to make your Epson printers, desktop printers, work for things that it wasn't quite intended for, like sublimation, but you can also do like chip bags and things like that with it. And then 365 Creative Academy is where I teach you how to do all of those different things, from doing memorial designs, obituaries. I was doing senior crown, showed you guys some of that, a little bit of that last week. Party favors, cake toppers. Like, I have pretty much done it all because I was an event planner in my former life. And now I dedicate my time to teaching other creative entrepreneurs how to have success the same way that I have in all of my business endeavors. So on Wednesdays, that's like my main day now to go live for my Q&A, general Q&A, whether it is about sublimation, silhouette, business related. You guys are more than welcome to drop your questions and get answers from one of the best at this in this game. All right. So hello to everyone over here on TikTok. Hello. Incredible morning. Welcome to my live broadcast. You guys are more than welcome to ask questions as well over here. So I'm just going to get into this. Say good morning to a few folk. Not going to waste any time. Already wasted, about 5 minutes trying to get everything shared out and all that kind of good jazz. So we're going to say hello and good morning to a few folk. And you guys can start posting your questions. Okay. You don't have to wait for me to finish one question to post yours. It works out great if we can just kind of go from question to question to question to question. This is not a class or a tutorial or anything like that. These types of sessions are guided by you guys. The more questions you ask, the more informative it is. No one ask any questions. This will be a very short and sweet session. And that's okay with me because I still do have work that I have to do. Actually, I have some designs that I have to do for the custom side of my business. I have someone that wants some centerpieces. And so I have to design that and do some mock-ups and all this other kind of stuff. And once I do the concepts, I have to then verify the cost of the materials so that I can give a quote. I don't give same day quotes because I have to really look into what all it's going to take for me to be able to do your project. So I always have a starting price. So they kind of know the range where, am I somebody that's kind of, a bargain company, keep things very, very affordable? Is it like midline? Am I on the more like the higher price end? So I start and I give my clients like a starting price. So they already know out the gate, okay, so your starting price is my top of my budget. So you may work for me, or okay, that's kind of cool. That's kind of how I do mine. So they kind of know a roundabout, but until I can kind of figure out the design and really research like the material, especially if it's something that's different, I don't give a final price, but I got to work on that. All right. So let's just say hello and good morning to a few folk. Hello. Good morning. Incredible morning and welcome to the live broadcast. Thank you guys so very much for taking time out of your day to either just listen or watch and be engaged and ask questions. Make sure that you guys go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, hit the like button, drop an emoji and a reaction because I'm streaming on several different platforms. So the engagement and the interaction is different. So whatever it is on whichever platform that you are watching on, make sure that you just show some love. Drop some hearts in the comments. Drop a pound in the comments. All engagements are welcome and appreciated. So I thank you guys. All right. So hello. Incredible morning, beautiful people. Hey, just say hello from Cyclone, West Virginia. I love the fact that you always put it in there. I like the fact that you always engage with it. I get at least 3 comments from you. So I really, truly do appreciate the engagement. All right. So hello. Incredible morning. Hello. Hello and hello. All right. So let's see. The first question that I see here over on Facebook. Good morning. Do you have a tutorial on how to create a custom Facebook profile picture frame? I need to create one for a reunion, but not sure. Not sure it's saving as a PNG. So I don't think I've ever done one like for that app. I know it's been like a really, really, really long time ago where I did do a video and that live may not be up. So I'm going to put up a banner here. Like I'm going to put, not a banner, this frame that I have. So a really long time ago, I used to have these up, but it cuts off too much. Now you guys can't see it, but this is something that technically could be done like in Silhouette Studio. I had one before that really was done in Silhouette Studio. I think I deleted it, but you just have to make sure that the middle part is open so that it can fit over the image. but I can go over to Silhouette Studio and show you what I mean by that. And of course, you do have to have Designer Edition or above. I mean, design. You got the business edition. I don't know where I get that from. You have to have business edition in order to be able to save it as a PNG. The one thing though, when it comes to Silhouette Studio and saving as a PNG, you have to consider everything else that you have in the design. Silhouette Studio, if you take like the transparency down, and although on screen, let's say you can see like you have a solid red background, you put something on there and you take the transparency down, and you have another part you want to have open, and you save it as a PNG. Well, that area where you took the transparency down on the PNG, that's going to show transparent as well. That's like, it's still some things they have to work on with Silhouette Studio when it comes to that. So you just have to be mindful of how you are designing it, and if you have little elements like that, because it's going to affect the final outlook of the entire like design or whatever. But you can create a frame, just make sure the middle part is open and nothing's there, and then it will be an overlay basically. I have a full class where I talk about overlays in my Compliment Your Small Business with Silhouette Studio. I show you how to do a wide variety of things in that class. So from thank you cards, scratch off tickets, thank you cards, business cards, some general information about like logos, branding for your packages, like thank you cards. I taught a lot in that. That is my Compliment Your Small Business with Silhouette Studio. So you don't have to be using it like for business. You can be someone that just wants to make things for like design stuff yourself for your business. Hello, personalization specialist. Ooh, I like that. Monique, how are you guys doing? Thank you guys for joining me today. If you have any questions for me, feel free to go ahead and post them in the comments. So I'm going to set up Silhouette Studio real quick so I can demo that one for you. But let's see over here. I have the Epson 16600 sub. Can I just add your ink to the ink left in my printer? Yes, you can. Technically, really all these inks are pretty much the same and pretty from the same sources. Now, there is some slight differences. Like when you look at like the yellow Sublimation inks, some of them are like really, really bright yellow. Some have a slight mustard look, and then some are darn near brown. Like they're a really, really dark color. So you like that can affect your colors a little bit. The one thing that I always say, if you're going to mix brands when it comes to inks, is do not do it in the middle of a print job, a multi-print job. So if you are working on an order, and let's say you're going to have like 10 prints, if you think that ink won't last for all 10 prints, then don't like start it, and then once it runs out, you put the other ink in and then you go. What you'll need to do is go ahead, mix your inks, like, just top off your inks, even if it's the exact same brand, because since most of us aren't in control of how this is made and it's done overseas, they may have one little thing that's different from batch to batch to batch. And I mean, it might be different from when you buy it today and you buy it, 2 months from now, it might be a little bit different. So you should never actually, top off your inks in the middle of a print job. So top it off first and then start the print job to make sure that all the colors are consistent, but it should not be like this drastic change in the output of the color, because Sublimation ink is Sublimation ink. All right. Okay. So, let's go to Silhouette Studio, and man, now I'm gonna have to like flip y'all. All right, let's go like this. Don't mind my junk behind me. Flip camera. All right, sorry y'all. TikTok, my key light's gonna make it a little weird as far as the color over here. So I do apologize for that in advance. Okay, so I know the size of like a profile pic, but at the same time, I don't. But I will say that the best thing for you to do when it comes to a Facebook one is to create your design in a circle versus, in a square. So once you find out what that size is, normally a perfect, so you can pretty much design in a perfect circle. So let's say I'm gonna pull this over here. So let's say I want to, wrong one. I'm going to make this white for now, right? I'm going to do, let's just do an internal offset. And let's see, what else do I want to do? Okay, let's do, okay, let's go file, merge, downloads. Let's look for a JPEG that is, okay, I don't have this organized. So let's group by type. And let's go down to PNG files. All right, I'm looking for, oh, wait a minute now. Now I know there should be some florals somewhere in here. All right, come on. Did I move everything already? It's taking forever for these images to come up. But this is my PNG section. Okay, watercolor flower wreath. Okay, I don't know. Let's just see what this is. Okay, that works for me. Okay. You see how big this box, you know what? This from yesterday is driving me crazy. And I need to actually, sorry, y'all, I need to close some of this stuff down. If not, Silhouette Studio is going to shut down on me anyway. So let's shut down some of this stuff. So you see how this has this really, really huge box. This is not the size of this. This is where you want to trace this down. If you are using version 4.4 of Silhouette Studio and you have the automatic PNG trace on, it's going to automatically trace it down and you're going to see a red line around it. But if you're using the older versions like I use 4.3.370, you have to trace this down in order to get the actual accurate size. So we're going to, oh, come on. Okay, there we go. And let me see, I'll just zoom you guys in. There we go. So now you can see it a little bit better on TikTok. So we're going to take our threshold up until it's like everything. And then I'm going to trace and detach. And see, that's this huge box, but this is the true size. So I'm going to take this and shrink it down. And I'm just going to put it like off to the side, as Tabitha Brown would say, like so, like that. I'm going to duplicate this to the other side. And let's see, what else do I want to do to this? Let's go ahead and make this one of these colors. And then I'm just going to go love. I don't know. I don't know. Just putting anything in here for now. And all right. I'm just going to make this much smaller. Put that there. I think I still want that one to stay bigger. And just for the heck of it, live with the professor. Oh, Jesus. All right. All right. Cool beans. You know, it is what it is. Convert to path. And don't need this. I'm going to select all of this. I'm just going to go ahead and group it together. Remove my line color. So this right here, you would then save it as a PNG, right? So I'm just going to go File. Actually, I don't even have to put it over there. File, Save Selection, Save to Hard Drive. And I'm going to go Live Frame Example, delete later. And then I'm going to go and make it a PNG. And okay. I'm going to get the little thing over here and we're going to make that a transparent background. I'm just going to, you want to actually save it in the right size, but for now I'm just going to make it, because I designed it small. So actually I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go to 300, which I really don't have to do it that high either. I'm just going to go save. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this on my screen. So you guys probably won't be able to see it on TikTok. I'm going to go overlay and I'm going to add this overlay. Okay. So let me kind of get you guys, so you get to kind of see TikTok. Now y'all get to see kind of behind and what my screen looks like and what I'm looking at when I'm looking at them. And if I add this to it, haha, see? Wait, there we go. Live with the professor. So you save it as a PNG and it's going to be to where or however you're going to use it, whatever program you're going to use to basically layer it on top, because that middle area was open. So like when I had the full circle, but I subtracted it out. So when it was on the gray, anywhere where I saw the gray technically is open. So now, see, All right. Oh, wait. I gotta flip y'all. Wrong way. I'm probably going to end up breaking my tripod. There we go. So hopefully that helped. I know that was like a really long example, but hopefully that helped. All right. Let's see. Just recently had my factory reset my computer and reinstall my print drivers. My printer isn't printing. What do you like? It's not. Is it going through the motions? Nothing is printing out. It's not connected via your Wi-Fi. I need a little bit more than that. All right, so over here, I have a 7720. My daughter used last year, and then all of a sudden it just started printing gray. I'm planning to buy more ink. I brought new cartridges. I haven't put in yet any other ideas. So it's not printing color at all. Like, so if you were to put a color, like just take a piece of paper that has color on, or just something that has color, and you were to make a copy of it, is it doing color there, or do you mean like from the computer, it only gives you the option for grayscale? Is what's in my course, just in how I designed that. I mean, how to use all the tools definitely is in my course. So my course is going to be the first place that you start to learn how to do any of that. But teaching all of that as far as how to save as a PNG, how I curve the text, how I do all that. Yes, you can find all of that in my 30-day course. INKcredible morning. Can your pigment ink be used for car decals instead of Solvent ink? Yes and no. I mean, you cannot print, you can never ever print to actual cast or calendar vinyl. So like your 651, your 631, your like the Roland type adhesive vinyl. Those are printable vinyls that require latex, solvent, or solvent ink. All you'll be able to do is print to like there's some, they say they have like printable vinyl that's made for inkjets, and you're basically getting sticker paper. That's a big difference. That can fade, especially if it doesn't have like UV protection, or if you're not putting a laminate over it that has UV protection. But to print to actual vinyl to create a decal, no, you cannot do that with pigment ink. You can only create stickers with inkjet ready sticker paper. I have an Epson 15,000 and my print manager, I don't see RGB, is because I didn't download the drivers correctly. If your when you go to preferences, if you see the one that has the 3 boxes that says main, more options, more, I think it's like main, more options, and then like maintenance or something like that. If you don't see that, then no, you don't have your drivers. But our Adobe RGB is going to be under custom advanced, and then where it says Epson Vivid, you have to click that drop down for Adobe RGB. So just follow my video. If yours doesn't look like my video, then no, you don't have your drivers installed correctly. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, of course. Silhouette Studio is a graphic designing software. I My Facebook banners, my Facebook profile pictures, like if you're doing like an event, you want to kind of put that picture on there. If it's something for a thank you card, I know like Kiana, she has the Craftpreneur her affirmation. If you're going to create that, anything graphic wise, you can design in Silhouette Studio. It is not restrictive to just vinyl or sublimation or HTV, or I mean, you can design chip backs. Anything your heart desires, you can design. You can design everything for your business, your hang tags, your instruction cards, your let's see, what else would you guys use, like labels for your brand. Like if you make candles, you want to design all of that, you are not limited in what you can design from Silhouette Studio. And that's the main thing that I teach, how to design. Thank you. I think I saw those. Okay, hold on. Thank you. Thank you. The printer is giving me a ink isn't recognized error. Which printer is this again? I don't have a question, but I did purchase the 30-day course this week. Awesome. I love the design you just did and put on screen so that it can be done and headed to my Facebook. Wait, huh? Oh, you love it. So the 7820, you may need new chips. You have to remember that those chips are not auto reset chips, so you may have to get new chips. How can I take a design and transfer it to Cricut to cut? I have a full video on that, but I'll give you a quick rundown. Give me 1 second. Let me kind of go over here. She was doing grad stoles and we're printing. None of the colors showed up, only gray. I look to see if there's an option for grayscale turned on. And also do a nozzle check. Are the colors actually outputting? So if that was the case to where only black was printing out, so you want the first step in any type of troubleshooting with the printers, and especially when it comes to colors, is to do a nozzle check and see if all of the colors are outputting. If they're not, then you have to kind of assess what's going on. Usually, making sure that it's primed because you have the 7720, or you can like push air to make sure that all the colors are outputting. Can you use Sublimation ink on regular printing? No, because Sublimation ink is heat activated. I mean, can you? Technically, yes, but you're not going to ever see true color. Sublimation ink is heat activated. So in order to see the final true color, heat has to be applied to it. I love the design you just did to put with your face in it. So I can do that and add it to my Facebook page. Yes, you can. All right. So here's the thing, right? If you want to be able to design in Silhouette Studio and then take it over to Cricut Design Space to be able to cut it from there, it depends on what it is that you're making. If you're making something that is straight like vector, so it's like shapes that you created, it's text, or maybe you trace something and you filled it in with color. If you have Business Edition, you can save it as an SVG, and then you'll be able to take that over into, take that over into Cricut Design Space and be able to resize it, separate it, all that kind of good jazz, and be able to cut it. If you're trying to do something where it is print and cut, wait, hold up, back up. If you don't have Business Edition, you can still create in Silhouette Studio and take it over to Cricut Design Space. What you're going to do is search YouTube for Silhouaholics Anonymous free SVG. And that will give you the full rundown on how to save it as a silhouette file. And then you're going to take that silhouette file, upload it to a website that allows you to convert from a silhouette file to an SVG. Once you save that SVG from that converter site, you'll be able to open that up in Cricut Design Space. So that's the way to do it. If you have the free version, Designer or Designer Plus, you can save it as a silhouette file, put it in the converter, convert it to an SVG, open that SVG up if you don't have business. Now, if you have, like I just did that whole like love, it had an image on it. So everything else on this frame, okay, let me stay in frame. So everything on, I like this. So everything on this frame except the roses, the flowers are vector. So they could be an SVG. The florals themselves are a PNG. They are a bitmap image. They're a digital image that can never be saved as an SVG. Y'all, it drives me crazy when y'all are in groups and it'd be a picture of like a whole like background and beach and cruise lines and all this stuff. Can somebody make this into an SVG for me? Oh, I can. I'm looking like y'all finna get scammed because there's no way that can be made into an SVG unless they're about to vectorize all of those little details. Not gonna happen, Captain. Don't let people fool you. Images like that cannot be made into an SVG when you have all of this different shading. It will never happen. SVGs are vector. Vectors are straight paths, not all of the shading and stuff like that that's done in programs like Photoshop. So something like this, you would not be able to. So what you would end up having to do if you want the cut part of this and you want it to also, like you want to be able to have the print, you would have to save it as a PNG. And so that means, or you can even save it as a JPEG, and then you would have to take it over into Cricut Design Space. And then of course you're going to have to, when you set it all up, your version of tracing is removing like the background, removing all the white parts, and doing like that complex, I think I'm not sure if it says trace or whatever that setup is. You have to do that part, and then you'll bring it over there. Then it's ready. You'll save it as either a cut file or print and cut file. So that's another way that you can bring it in. And then if you're trying to print, like let's say sublimation to glitter, and you want to print from silhouette but cut, that's a totally different ball game. Take a little bit more detail, but I do have a full video on that. Just go ahead and check out my YouTube channel for that video. Okay. All right, so I'm going to flip flop. I'm going to go back and forth. Okay. My Epson 16600, I'm trying to do a power clean. It's telling me it cannot until I replace the box. That is correct. Because is there anywhere around this message? No. The reason why it's telling you that is because you already may be doing a power cleaning or doing an excessive amount of cleaning. Whenever you guys do print head cleanings, that ink has to go somewhere. That is your waste box, your waste tank, your maintenance box, your maintenance tank. All of those names basically mean the same thing. It is where the ink goes when it's not on a paper and it's going through the print head into the little capping station, and then it's going to go into your waste tank. When you do a power clean, it is filtering a lot of ink and it's trying to force ink through your print head. That ink has to go somewhere. So if your waste tank is nearly full, or the system is saying based on how much space is left in this ink tank, if we do this power clean, all of the ink that we're about to dump in here is going to basically overflow. So it is not going to let you do a power clean until you replace. I don't think you can reset those. I'm not sure because I don't have that one. I'm not sure if that's one of the ones where all you have to do is like take it out and then dump it, and like there's a way to reset it. But I do know that you can purchase a replacement for it. So you have to either replace or reset it. There's no way around that message. Yeah, it may not be full, but it is saying that if it does this power clean, the amount of ink that is going to drop in there is going to overflow it. So it won't process it. I would like to thank you for your knowledge and patience. You are very welcome, Lisa Washington. I am thinking of switching to Pigment or Eco Solvent. Can't really decide. Switching from what? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean by switching? What are you switching from, like a printer that you already have? Do you sell Eco Solvent? I was leaning towards your Pigment, but I'm so lost. No, we do not sell Eco Solvent ink. We were considering selling it. I don't sell anything that I cannot test, and I have a Roland BN20. I really have no desire, guys, to go and get yet another printer for Eco Solvent like right now. That may change in the future because there's so many people. I mean, selling sublimation paper, stuff like that. So may need to kind of, add more to the inventory. But as of right now, because I didn't want to get another Epson printer, I don't sell anything that I have not tested before it comes out to you guys, because I want to make sure I can answer. You see how I get on here? I don't fumble over I can answer with confidence and everything that you guys ask of me about our products. That's just how I am. So if someone were to ask, well, okay, about how many washes do you get, or does it fade, or does it do this, and how does it print? What's the right print settings? If I haven't tested that and I can't provide proper information for my products, I'm not going to sell it. That's just how we are. Our name is Honestly Speaking for a reason. So we tried to test it out on the Canon printer. It did not work. So I have a bunch of the ink here that, for me to test out. I just haven't, put a lot of effort into trying to like either get those to work and do all this other stuff when it comes to the water-based eco solvent. So as of right now, we don't have that. But I will say with Caesar having the DTV, it makes eco solvent kind of a mute point. Like it's not this great, like this whole game changer anymore, because theirs is an actual vinyl that you can use a masking with, and you can use a desktop printer that uses dye ink or pigment ink. So when you are converting, your only option is to do HTV. You cannot do decals on a converted printer. Now, if you're going to say, okay, I want to get a roll-in, that's different because you can do different media types. But when you are converting and you're deciding between eco solvent and pigment ink is going to give you a little bit more flexibility for it's going to be cheaper too for like regular printing stuff. You can print regular print stuff with an eco solvent, but it does have a strong smell, and you may not want to smell that on like a chip bag and stuff like that. So the pigment ink is going to work out better for you. I want to switch the ink in my Canon. If it already has ink, most Canons are, I think like one of the newer ones have pigment ink, but if that particular printer uses dye ink, you can't just put pigment ink in it. Pigment ink isn't like a super ink. Pigment ink just means that it is waterproof. So as far as how it prints and the uses of it, the ink that's in there and pigment ink are going to be the exact same thing. Pigment ink just happens to be waterproof, well, not waterproof, water resistant. So if water hits it, the ink does not run off. So like if you just have the regular Canon ink in there right now, if you were to print something and it gets wet, you'll see like it's like old school, like it'll all run off. That's the only difference between the two. Dye ink really has a better color range than pigment ink. You can get more of those like really like bright magentas and neon greens and stuff. It's a little bit harder to get that with pigment ink. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I have the dry, so pigment would be the way to go. I love the Canon vibrancy and want something long lasting. So the vibrancy is going to change. Like you aren't going to get this. It's going to be the same, but not quite, because that's just explaining. It uses dye ink. You cannot just take pigment ink and just put it in there. If you're just wanting to be able to do the like shirt type deals, then just get the DTV. And use it with your Canon, with your regular dye ink. DTV is Caesar's new, it's basically like Jet Pro 3G, but it's actually vinyl, and you can use it with a home or desktop regular inkjet printer. So they call it direct to vinyl, which is a very weird name to me because you still have to cut it and weed it. Oh, you were trying to say that's what you have, the DTV. Okay, cool beans. All right. That was the last question. So are those all the questions for today? 44 minutes. Not bad. Not bad at all. What's the difference between DTV and HTV? DTV is for printable, to be able to print out a full-on design. So if you want something that's like a full color. HTV, they just come in solid colors, or it's like pre-printed, like a pre-printed pattern. But they are basically the same in like how you use them, as far as cutting them, weeding them, and then heat applying them to a substrate. What is your view on converting an eco solvent? I've done an extensive video on that as well. So if you go and you check out my video on Honestly Speaking, called eco solvent, what's the hype? I really break that down. So for the converted ones, I don't necessarily have a. I chose to get rolling. For me, there are a lot of different ways to make shirts. Using eco solvent transfers, I see everyone, they're acting like this is just game changing. To me, it's not. Like, I made a lot of shirts and a lot of money. I've never had anyone complain about my shirts when I made them with this. And basically, I mean, other than being able to put a carrier sheet over it and it just be a transfer, that's really it. Like, that's like the biggest difference, right? It, to me, it does not last longer. If the design is big enough, to me, they feel the same way from the inside. They all feel the same way. Now, the hand feel on the outside might be a little different, but it's not, to me, it's not like it wasn't this like game changer type process, right? I wanted an eco solvent printer so that I can do printable decals. Now, for me, that is game changing. One, I used to do a lot of helmet decals, and layering vinyl for that was aggravating.com. I will say, though, I just did a shirt for senior, and it was a little nice being able to print all those colors at once and then just put it onto the shirt. I'm not even gonna lie, it was actually pretty cool to not have to, like, I mean, still the same exact amount of weeding, but not having to do multiple presses really was the caveat of it all. But as far as like the converted ones, I mean, it's a great option. So I'm not going to say that it's, I mean, being able to do any type of eco solvent transfers is cool. I don't know fully how those hold up. So I really can't say. I know a lot of people go and they're saying, yeah, these are great. But y'all know, when it comes to me, I'm going to test it. So I'm going to print it out. I'm going to wash it. I'm going to wash it quite a few times to see if it breaks up, how it fades, all these other. I don't know if others are really doing that much, or if it's like, okay, they said that it works. All right, cool. Because I've done things, and I'll tell you, I'll be like, it's like in the lab, and I'll try it for you guys to see it because you guys bug me. But one of the main things was like those 5 and below journals, right? Everyone said, oh yeah, you can sublimate them. But then, okay, yeah, you go, you press it, it looks great when you first do it. But then once you let it sit, what happens? It starts to look a hot mess.com, because the it doesn't really hold it, and it starts to look blurry. People will say, okay, well, make wraps for tumblers with the eco solvent. Well, I did mine, and I don't know, is it still in here? No, it's not. It's in the kitchen. It's scratched up. So people ask, well, do you still have to put epoxy and stuff over it if you do the eco solvent transfers? And they will scratch up. So if you don't want it to be scratched, then yes, you still have to. If it's something that's like a temporary option, you don't want to do the whole sublimation thing, then yes, you can use the wraps on it. So I do testing like that before I kind of like put stuff out there. So the converted ones, it's like, I don't have like this is something I highly, highly recommend, because I've never, ever, ever done it. The one thing that I think will probably be of an advantage, if it really does work out really, really well, is with the roll-in, you can lose a lot of material. So when you buy a roll of like vinyl, there's only so much area, especially at the end, that you can print. And that ends up becoming waste. But if you can print, you have a smaller format printer and you can print on there and then use your Cameo, you're able to utilize more of your material. The Roland prints extremely slow. So if the EcoSolvent really holds up, it's going to be better production-wise because a desktop inkjet printer is going to print faster than the Roland. Your Cameo or your Cricut is actually going to cut faster than the Roland. So for speed, the converted route is, I will say, is better time-wise than the Roland. DTV can be used with a regular inkjet printer. Printable HTV can only be done with an EcoSolvent, solvent, or latex printer. Jet Pro 3G is not an HTV. Can EcoSolvent be used in Epson workforce? Check out my video on that. I don't want to necessarily get back into that again. Check out my video on what's the hype. And then I went over all these things. I think I have another one. I went over colors. So some people have used it. Again, I have not to where I can compare. I only can tell you what I scientifically know about colors. And from what I've seen from people who use pigment ink printers, to them, it's the greatest thing ever. I'm sitting up here giving it the side eye, and I'm like, baby, you must be don't have a standard on colors because them colors are way off and they look real pale and it looks kind of crazy. So based off of the type of ink that it uses, I'm going to still stand on the fact that I don't recommend any workforce printer for EcoSolvent printing. EcoTank printers or printers that use dye-based inks is going to be the best option because it's closer in color to how EcoSolvent looks and works. You probably need new chips. I am getting the Epson F170. I think that's what it's called. I have been seeing here and there where it is recommended to use their paper and ink only. Do you think switching those would be an issue? For the ink, I highly recommend that you use their ink. It is an actual, it's a printer where the firmware and the printer is made to print the Sublimation ink. Their ink really is no more expensive than buying it from anyone else. You have to think about the fact that most people are going to have, like, when they're selling those, we're probably one of the only companies that sells, like how Epson sells theirs, 140 milliliters. Everyone else is going to sell you 100 milliliters. They're going to sell you maybe 127, 70, and 70 milliliters normally when it's in this bottle. If you really break down and you divide the millimeters by the cost, I said millimeters and milliliters, mLs. By the cost, it's probably going to come out to where the Epson ink is going to be within literally a couple of cents. We get caught up on like that, the amount that you have to pay, right? So, you can get a 70 milliliter bottle, but you only have to pay, let's say, $7. Oh, well, you can get 140 and you're going to pay $12. Well, technically 70 times 70 is 140. If you had to buy two of those and they were $7, that's 14. Well, this becomes 12. People look, it's like, man, that's $12 for that ink. Well, it's more ink, but when you break it down, you're actually saving basically $2 if that was the case. So that's how you really have to look at it. The Epson ink is made for it. Now, as far as paper, you can use any paper. And I will say Epson paper sucks. I'm sorry. It's a lot of papers where I'm never going to say like A-Sub doesn't work or CB or any of those papers don't work. Text Print, Image Right, all these other brands like the Blank Spot, all of those paper is pretty much, but that Epson paper, it's horrible. I compared when someone did something with the Epson paper and our paper, and I was like, oh, hell to the HE double hockey sticks. No. So that Epson paper sucks. I'm sorry. But ink-wise, use the Epson ink. Have you ever considered doing printer repair? I cannot figure out what's going on. Oh, no ma'am, no ham. I'm gonna stay in my lane. Could I probably fix it? And I'm gonna say probably. I have fixed my own printer. Will I ever be doing it? No, I like living stress free. I'm not trying to add on no more stress to my life. I want a big company. Hope I can have me some technicians that can fix these things for you, and I can get them trained. I am um uh electronic maintenance by trade. That was my job in the military. I used to fix the radios they used to talk to the aircraft all the way down to like capacitor or resistor. So I can fix my own if need be. But will I be fixing other folks' home? Oh, there is no way, no how. I sell product, I sell knowledge. I do not repair printers. What's a great sublimation printer you will not recommend? So wait, if it's great, but I will not recommend, I'm not sure if you're asking. Am I reading that right? Is that what you're asking me? Which ones I don't recommend? Or are you asking me both like two things? What's a great one and which ones I don't recommend? When you do shirts, do you wash them first before pressing? No, I think that is the worst thing ever. Except for the people who are like bleaching them. But one, why would you want to wash someone's shirt that you're going to sell to someone? You don't know if they're going to have an allergic reaction or like some type of reaction to whatever type of detergent you're going to use. Are you washing an entire batch of shirts by themselves? If not, that means are you washing them with your own clothes? So something that you're going to sell to a client, you wash with stuff that your booty been on. No, that's not cute. Not for me. So I don't recommend it. I mean, it's coming from the manufacturer. It should be clean. It should not, as long as they're following the instructions, it should not shrink. Some just washing it doesn't always mean that okay, yeah, now it's like in its like final size and shrunken state. Hey, that's on them and their wash instructions. But I personally, unless it's like those who are bleaching and all that stuff because they have to kind of like wash all that out, I don't recommend. And then normally when they're doing that, they are washing all of those shirts and things together and not mixing them. So for me, it's a no. Never even thought about ever doing that. I took and loved your 30-day course. Which class should I take next to continue learning how to design social media? That is totally up to you. I like to do classes for specific things. So, do you want to learn how to make chip bags next? Do you want to learn how to do memorial designs? Do you want to learn how to make banners? Do you want to learn more specifically about like stickers and labels? I mean, because like how you would design those is like a little bit different. So, do you want to learn how to switch up images? Any class, any one of my classes, just pick one. Just pick one, and it's going to work out for you to improve your design skills. Come October, you can join one of my programs then, since now that you kind of have the foundation, ones where we're going to go over like specific designs and learning how to like create your own layouts and designs and stuff like that. Any of those programs will work for you. If you want to join the ink zone, I go through and I'm like showing like how I conceptualize designs. So that can probably help with your creativity and helping you think outside of the box, and well, unlocking your creativity and helping you think outside the box on how to put designs together. Thank you, Professor. Your honesty is greatly appreciated. Wait, there was something. I think someone asked a question. And I think I asked a follow up, but I don't remember seeing the answer to the follow up. Let me go back and see. Okay, I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Just curious, what do you think about the HTV Ront heat press? I don't know. I've never used it. I've seen it. To me, a heat press is a heat press. I mean, it's just the newest thing on the market. If your heat press is working for you, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The only thing I can say is some people say, oh, it's game changer because it does like the exact pressure. Kind of, it's a better version of that thing that Cricut designed, because I still don't get that one. But that's just me. So from what I've seen, I mean, it's a pretty decent heat press. Now, I haven't had my hand on it. Like yesterday when I was showing this one, the fact that the time that it takes to get back up to temperature, it takes a long time with this one. My what's this thing called right here? My who this Hottronics doesn't. I've not had my hands on one of the HTV runt ones to know runt, whatever how you say it, to know if it is an efficient one. It's really cool, and oh wow, it's auto. You close it, it's the perfect amount of pressure. But that really is relative because some things to me don't need a lot of pressure. So when it says it's like auto, like with our paper and our ink, I have this thing on like 1 or like 0 sometimes. It doesn't take a lot of pressure. So when it's saying auto, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen anyone really go in there and say like they're putting in like the dB, like how much pressure it's supposed to be and it's automatically setting to that. Or is it just like, depending on how thick it is, okay, it's closing to where, okay, hey, we're just on top. Is it giving it heavy pressure? Is it giving it firm pressure? Is it light pressure? That's the part that, like, if I ever get my hands on it, which they've reached out to me a couple of times, still kind of debating on it because they sell products that we sell, and I don't want there to be a confusion when promoting. So I'm still kind of like on the fence about it. Y'all know how I feel about sponsorships. I like to purchase stuff myself. I don't want anyone to feel like my thoughts are on it. And I'm saying it's the greatest thing ever because of an affiliate link and getting money from it. And right now, I don't have a desire to purchase one. Now, if they ever want to go on there, because the P.O. box always be on the website, if they want to just go ahead and send your girl one, but I'm not going to necessarily be like, I haven't done a whole sponsorship deal like yet with them, whatever. But there's a lot of questions that I personally have about it because I don't know what this auto pressure means, because some things don't need a lot of pressure. If you're doing something that's glass, are you able to set it? Because if it just closes on it and it's putting too much pressure on it, you can break the glass. So I can't really, I said a lot to not say a lot, but I can't say a lot about it because I don't have my hands on it. And everybody that does a review on it, they're just surface level, and that don't work for a brain like mine. So I kind of tune a lot of those reviews out because you're not reviewing nothing for me. You're just showing me that it heats up and it presses, but any heat press, I can do that with an iron. So that's just me. I don't know. I'm a little weird, but we aren't refusing free. Yeah, they want to send one. I'm not going to refuse a free one, but I don't want it to be to where, hey, we want to send. They always say they want to send it for a review, but it's like certain things, like I don't know, like I haven't really some of the ones I've looked into when it comes to like sending for reviews and stuff, they want you to pre-record and they want you to upload it as unlisted and they review it and then they kind of say, okay, yeah, yay or nay, you can like post this and see what Shakeya said. Trinice Lavelle Pericles cannot be. It can't be silenced. And if I'm going to take my time to actually do something, one, I don't do pre-recorded videos, so I just can't do that. I do my ish live, and if I can't go live for this review, then it ain't gonna happen, Captain. But see, when I go buy it with my own money, I can do it in my own time and I can go and give my truly honest opinion about it. So that's why I'm always like, anything that you've ever seen me recommend, sponsor, have an affiliate link, I first purchased it with my own money. And this is, hey, Shakeya, designer Trinice Lavelle Pericles, truly stands on this product. I still wouldn't recommend it. That's on you. I personally would not. I don't see the purpose of washing a shirt first. It's a brand new shirt. So half the time, my Team 365 shirts, oh baby, I leave them tags on it. I push them off to the side of the heat press and I press them, them tags stay on it. I personally don't see the purpose of washing a shirt before you put anything on it. Oh, I don't think you can adjust the pressure on that press. Oh, then guess what? It'll be a no for me. It would definitely be a no. Yeah, she says Walmart does not pre-wash. I appreciate your honesty. um, Last question. How do I determine the pressure of my heat press? I struggle with that. Is there something you go by? I have an auto press. I'll probably have to do I've done it before, but I'm not sure if that's one of the videos that when I took all my videos down, if it came back up, and I really don't feel like going through the hundreds, almost thousands of videos that I have to figure it out. So I'll probably do another one, but I know that it's like a whole like segment in my sublimation bootcamp, no, sublimation seminar where I talked about pressure and like all of that and how like knowing like when to change the pressure, what needs heavy pressure, what needs light pressure, how do you know? Like I went through like it's literally probably a 30 to 45-minute session because I go into detail. So of course I'm not going to do that on here, but I'll give you kind of a quick rundown. I'll try and do that video again at a later date. So what's a good printer to buy? That's another loaded question. I have videos on that, guys. And yes, they are long, but when you're asking what's a good printer to buy, I don't know what your budget is, what your preference is, what your needs are. Are you someone that's team small? I like to I prefer smaller items like tumblers, keychains, mugs. You don't really need a wide format printer. There are people who have successful businesses, successful companies. They're very successful in the products that they make, and they've never made a shirt, right? You don't have, just because you have a sublimation printer doesn't mean that you have to do a shirt. You can do, like, there's all these people on TikTok and they sit there all day long making TikToks or they're live and all they're making is tumblers and selling to people, and it's nothing more than tumblers. So they will never need a large format printer because their needs just don't require that. Maybe you're someone and you want to sell nothing but mugs. There's a guy that's in South Korea. His business is nothing but mugs. You want to sell nothing but keychains. You want to sell maybe nothing but, like, let's say dog collars or something like that. You don't need a large format printer for that. You just need to be able to print long enough for that collar. And you can print 47 inches long. A collar is only going to be this thick. So you can print multiple on an 8.5, and then you can do a long sheet. I don't know what your needs are. I don't know what your budget is. I don't know if you want to deal with like which of the lesser of the two evils you want to deal with. Ego tanks tend to back up and clog more. Takes a lot more to get them back working. Workforce printers uses cartridges. The newer ones, you have to deal with the chips. Sometimes the chips work, sometimes they don't. Yesterday, someone contacted me because she had a printer. The first one, it was definitely it was something wrong with the printer because it had an X on all the Epson cartridges. She got the next one. She set everything up, put the refillable cartridges in there. Everything is working. She thought she did something wrong when she got the paper mismatch, which that's not something that's wrong. So she ended up doing a firmware update, but she did listen. She took the refillable cartridges out. She put the Epson ones in. She did the firmware update. She put the Epson cartridges, the refillable cartridges back in. For some reason, I'm not sure if it was one or two of the colors were not reading. Well, guess what? Her daughter had a 7820 in her garage that she hadn't used it or whatever. She put those same exact cartridges in that printer. Guess what read? All of the chips read. Put them back over there. They're not reading over here. So that was like, I was like, man, this is something I wish I could have recorded for people to know. It's not us. It's not our chips. We have tested everything. For some reason, these chips work in one printer and not the other. And you just have to buy more chips and like figure out which ones work. This is a risk that you take with converting a printer with third-party cartridges. I personally like my 7820, my 7840. I haven't run across a major issue with the chips yet, even though, yes, we sell them. I don't just go into my inventory and just like, okay, hey, take it all willy-nilly, because I still have to account for that stuff when it comes to tax purposes. So I don't operate like that. I still somewhat treat that as if I have to go out and buy it, and how we process it and take it off the shelves and all of that, because we got to account for everything that's in here. We run a business. So I account for everything, right? I don't have an issue with it. I have my 7720. Now, back in the day, I would say any of the 7710, 7720, 7210, 7110, 7610, 7620, those are going to be the best printers ever because you can reset the cartridges. They're just great printers as far as on ink and all that stuff. Nowadays, it's like you got to just pick the lesser of the two evils, whether you want to deal with cartridges or you want an eco tank. Do you want color accuracy, or are you okay with it being slightly off and having red overtones? Do you want to deal with easy maintenance, or do you want to have to fight with it if any of the colors stop working? Do you want small format printing? Do you want large format printing? Do you want a printer right now? Do you not mind waiting a couple weeks, months, because these printers take forever to come in stock? It's a lot of different variables. So I know probably not what you wanted to hear, but watch my video. I break down sizes, prices on every last one of them. You know, what's the most important thing to you? Figure that out. What's most important, what's least important, and that will help you decide which printer to get, because I provided you all of the information on each of the available printers, their pros and cons. All substrates are not created equal. Everything isn't 400 degree. Oh, well, we don't use that anyway. I'm sorry, I don't speak that language. I have no idea what 400 degrees in 60 seconds is. I have not put my heat press on 400 degrees in 2 years. The closest I will get, even when I'm trying to prove a point, is going to be 395. I don't know what 400 degrees is. I really don't know what 60 seconds is. Only time I'm going to go to 60 seconds is if I have set my heat press to like 350 or 340, but I don't speak that language. That's foreign. See these products right here, and where's she at? She over here. Come right here. You'll see what that say right there? Hold on. 365 degrees, 30 seconds. See, I don't know. I don't know what it means to use 400 degrees. I think that's overkill. I did it, listen to folk who don't know what they're talking about, but folks think they know what they're talking about because they got a popular, brand, but they don't know what they're talking about either. And then kind of like going off of them. And yeah, once I got my own, I did my own research, realized that 400 degrees, 60 seconds, usually burn-ish. You're actually over sublimating. That's probably why your colors look like they do. See, my colors be looking nice and vibrant and bright. 40 seconds. And she is gorgeous. Gorgeous, honey. 30 seconds. 365 degrees. "30 seconds, 365 degrees. I don't know 460. But that is true though. Most substrates you really don't. And for most things, it's not going to even really be the substrate, because if I go and there's certain papers that don't release the ink the same way, you may end up having to go like press longer. If your heat press is not an efficient heat press and it doesn't hold the proper temperature. Yesterday, you guys saw when I was doing this, around the entire perimeter of this hill, you guys can't see it. The entire perimeter of this heat press, there's horrible pressure. So you would have to compensate for it. The temperature drop on it was significant. You would have to overcompensate for it. So there's a lot of different factors that's going to come into play. That's why you have to test and do sample prints and, get you some fabric and things like that. Scrap fabric, felt, pillowcases from Dollar Tree, things like that, to run a bunch of tests, because there's a lot of variables. But one of the most important things is going to be the paper that you use, because if you have to use a paper that you have to put a cover sheet on, that's a heat barrier. So it's going to take a little bit longer for that paper to heat up and release the ink. So it's a lot of variables for that. But most people just want to sell you something. Hey, yep, come buy this, come buy this, come buy this. And they're never going to explain that to you, which is why most people end up always being a student versus ever becoming an expert, and can also help others because you're not always getting the right information. All right, so now I talked a lot. There are no other questions. So I think it's safe to say, and we're over an hour. So I think it's safe to go ahead and close out this session. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. I forgot to set I'll probably, so I talked about it. It'll probably be let me do it right now. It'll probably complement your small business with Silhouette Studio. Let's go ahead and do that one because I actually woke up late. I did not set the deal for today. So let's create. Actually, I'm going to do see for myself. Same thing. I'm going to take off the snapback one. We're going to do complement your small business. And we're going to take $30 off of that. So that becomes $6.50 for that particular course. So if you use See for Myself, um, now you can get Compliment Your Small Business. You have to buy it from the shop.hsinc site. Go and find Compliment Your Small Business. That's the one where I showed you like ideas for like how to create logos, thank you cards, pack like labels for your packaging. What else we did? When we did a lot of stuff on there. But it's listed like all the different things that like all the different sessions. So that is now the See for Myself. So if you've never tried any of my classes, you don't know exactly like how I teach, not in this setting. You guys see me live all the time. However, my classes way different. I'm in a totally different zone when I'm on that Zoom and I'm actually teaching. Totally different headspace. So if you've never tried any of my classes, go ahead, use that code See for Myself, and you will get my Compliment Your Small Business for $6.50. It's normally $36.50. So that takes $30 off of that. And you'll also learn how to create things like overlays and stuff like that. Now, I go into where I am showing you the design portion. If you just simply do not understand Silhouette Studio, I'm going to need you to go ahead and also use that code ready for 30 and get Essentials to Silhouette Studio so that you can fully understand the tools and then you can focus on design. That's two different things, guys. Learning to design and focusing on designing is not the same as learning how to use Silhouette Studio. Because if those tools, you don't know what they are, where they're located, it's going to be like a foreign language to you. Learn the program, then learn to design. Learn the program, learn to design. All right? Oh, wow. What a great info session. Thank you so very much. The classes, y'all, are amazing. You will not regret it. Oh, C, like SEE, See for Myself. Because y'all know it's a girl that's on TikTok and Instagram. And so she does her little videos with God and stuff. She's like, I'm going to see for myself. So See for Myself. You want to see for yourself how I teach. SEE or myself. All together. My link is in the description of this video. Shop.hsinc3. Oh, I have to finish answering your question. Shop.hsinc365.com. If you just tap on the screen, it will come up and it will be there. Shop.hsinc365.com. Actually, you know what I'm going to do on here? I think it'll give me the one to promote. Get shareable link. Compliment your small business. And there you go. Can I buy it now and use it after I finish? Yes, you can. You sure can. You can buy as many classes as you want. You can watch them and they'll probably make sense as you're going through the 30-day course. There's no order that you have to take them in. If there's ever a sale on any class, you want to jump on it, jump on that class, and you have lifetime access to it. So it's not like you have to rush and watch it now. If you want to get it at the discount price, and then once you kind of get, a little bit of silhouette knowledge under your belt and then go to that one, you definitely can do it that way as well. And it's going to probably, okay, I'm going to tell you right now, it is going to say a different deal, but I just want you to, oh, wait, actually, you know what? No, I can edit it. Duh, Shakeya. See for myself. I'm just going to put it up there. See for myself. That's the code. My website is shop. The link is in the bio. So if you go to the link, it's going to take you to my link tree. It's going to take you to my website. Ooh, y'all didn't do too great on the likes over here on TikTok today. Those likes looking kind of shabby today. I'm used to y'all running it up, run them hearts up. Today, y'all got, I don't know if I kind of held your attention where you like, look, I ain't got time to be focused on tap, tap, tap. This is some good information. So I'm not sure if that's what the case was today. So let me answer real quick about pressure. Okay. So let me kind of just give a quick rundown. Things like shirts, and this also really is dependent on the quality of your press. If you have a heat press that has really great heating elements, and of course you technically will never know that, you kind of know when it's like a really good company and they're known for making great heat presses, and some of them will kind of have like little stuff about their heat presses and how their coils are made. But like the really, really cheapy ones, like the Fancy Studios and certain ones from Amazon, they don't really have really great heating elements. They're going to have a lot of cold spots. So sometimes that will also determine how much pressure you need, because you may need just to put that extra pressure to really help with like the heat and stuff like that. A lot of substrates really don't need a lot of pressure. How you can tell if something is light pressure, damn it, this is a hard one to do because it really does depend on your heat press. Like this one, no matter what, right? When you're closing this, even if it's like heavy pressure, like the force to pull this down is like almost the same, the way this style is. Whereas like with my Hottronics, you can feel the difference. Like if I go and I can just like close it, that's like light to like no pressure. If it takes a little bit of resistance, it's like kind of resting on top, that's firm. Now, when I want to knock out the lines of my shirt, I turn it up, and I have to really pull that handle down. That's heavy pressure. And there's some substrates where you're going to have that heavy pressure to really, really like plaques and slates and things like that. You need like that heavy pressure. So it's all in like a feel, but you have to learn that based off of your heat press. Some heat presses adjust, like you feel the pressure from the actual platen going down. Those are the ones where you can really truly tell the pressure. When you have the ones where the pressure is adjusted from the back and it's more like an arm going up and down, it's really, really hard to tell, because it, from like medium to heavy, it's kind of like the same thing. The only thing will be different like when you just really can't close it. And that's when you know you have too many. When you see people and they're doing like videos and stuff and they got the whole, they heat press there. If not, it's going to pop up. They got way too much pressure and they're just too lazy to change it, or just don't want to like just go back and forth and keep changing stuff, because you can break. I've broken mine. I've broken my pressure knob. But if you have to hold it, 9 times out of 10, you got too much pressure. But those are like little things to tell, like light, firm, medium, heavy. How hard is it, or how much resistance do you have when you're closing down the heat press? Dollar bill trick means absolutely nothing. Once you have, I never understood that. The only thing the dollar bill one is going to tell you is if something is as thin as a dollar bill, then it won't pull out. But a sweater, a hoodie, a shirt is not that thin. If you're not pressing something that's paper, setting it based off of a dollar bill is kind of pointless, because you're setting your pressure to that particular substrate. If I go and I have just a shirt and I want light pressure, I have it set for light pressure with this shirt. If I go and then put a hoodie on there and I close it, that is no longer light pressure because that hoodie is thicker. That is now going to turn into medium to maybe even like firm or heavy pressure. I'm going to have to adjust my heat press to then make that light pressure. I never understood the whole paper thingy unless you were pressing something that was paper thin. I never understood that trick. To me, it wasn't even a trick. The code is C for myself. That is only on Compliment Your Small Business. If you want to try out my, well, if you want to not try out, but if you want to enroll in my 30-day training, it is ready for 30, and that will get you $10 off. Yes, Heat Press Nation has some great ones. Heat Press Nation is a marketplace, like I'm gonna say a marketplace, but they sell a bunch of different heat presses. They have their own brand, but they also have Hottronics there, and they have I think they also sell maybe A to Z, or do they have Mighty or Galaxy? Like they have different heat presses there. Heat Transfer Warehouse has their brand. They have was it Walla? I think they also have A to Z. They have Hottronics. They have different ones. You have Pro World that has the Trans Pro one. They sell Galaxies. They sell Mighty Presses. They sell Hottronics. So just because Heat Press Nation is a site where you can get heat presses from, not all of their heat presses are created equal either. They have lower craft ones, and then they have more commercial grade heat presses as well. So some of you guys missed it. So see, this is what happens. We got on yesterday. You know what? Should I be nice? Because see, I did see that Facebook sent, like, I think YouTube probably sent the notification out late as crap too. But I really don't like, let me tell y'all something. Okay. Can I people run sales a lot, right? And I know people like sales, and it's like, you know, for some people, it's like, yes, it really helps me out because I'm like really short on money and stuff like that, and I really, really want this. And that's why I kind of like sales. But then at the same time, it's like, dude, folk out here charging folk hundreds, thousands of dollars for less than what I am providing. And at 83.65, I feel like it's like a really, really great deal because I give you 30 days. That's over 40 hours of actual instruction. You get worksheets, all that. You get access to a group. I'm still answering questions. Like, it's not even like I left you to your own vices, right? You can still ask me questions and I will answer them for you. So you still have access to me for $83.65. Folks charging folk thousands of dollars for that access, right? So I'm not going to lie. It makes me a little leery when it comes to certain things like that with putting my other classes. They're older, couple years old. That's the stuff business wise, that's the stuff that you put on sale. The stuff that's not moving. Okay, hey, it's here. It's either gonna make me some money or it's not. That's the stuff you put on sale. Give y'all a little business 101 when it comes to making money. But see, when y'all go and it's like, okay, just because stuff is slow, like, see, for me, it's not slow right now. So I really don't have to put it on sale because folks still buy it because it's very much so worth $83.65 and more. Now, I did have I hit 30K on YouTube, which that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to talk about that again. Just hit 30K. Someone reminded me. So yesterday I did do a giveaway and I did a discount code for 30% off. It hurt my little heart, to actually put that price like off because I feel like, it's just worth it, right? But I only ran it for an hour. It was a flash sale, but it was so weird because more people came onto the live video afterwards. And then someone was like, "You're not live right now." And I'm like, "No," they inboxed me. It was like, "I just got in and said that you're live right now." So I did feel kind of bad because it ended at 9:00. So I'm going to be nice right now. So for those of you who are on, this is why y'all have to watch when I come on. I know my videos be long, but it's always something good in there. So for those who are watching right now, although I hit 30K, and it was 30% off yesterday. So y'all should have been watching yesterday. I can't give y'all 30% off, but what I will do, if you purchased it for the ready for 30, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't really, But what I will do is, let me go close it. That's one thing I love about Shopify. I can literally change my discounts like right here, right now. Okay, let me go back. So, see, y'all should have watched last night. So, you're not even going to have to get. See, I have another one running right now. Seems I'm going to have to adjust that one. Okay, so I'll tell you how you can get 30% off. Haha. See, work in business right now. So if you want just silhouette, Essential Silhouette Studio, I'm going to make it 25% off, right? 30K deep, because we hit 30K on YouTube. So the code is 30K deep. You're going to get 25% off. Yesterday it was 30% off. You missed that deal. But there's another deal, my ink zone. So if you would like to join the ink zone, which is great. We're going to have, not today. Discussion will be tomorrow, because tonight I have, although I really want to do it on Wednesday, but I have bachelors tonight, one of my last bachelor sessions. But we have some really great business sessions, and I have this great one that we're going to talk about the differences between branding and brand, and then labels and stuff like that. Really great discussion that we're going to have over in the ink zone. So there was another promotion, and it was ready for football. So we're just going to make that. I'm just going to leave it ready for football. It's already there. But what I will do is, if you get the full access pass and Essential to Silhouette Studio, that way I will give you 30% off of Essentials, but that's only going to be until 3:00. Okay, so see how I like to brand with all the threes? So that's only going to be valid until 3:00. So ready for football, you get Ink Zone access, but you'll get 30% off of Essential to Silhouette Studio. If you only want Essential to Silhouette Studio, it will be 30K deep, and you'll get 25% off. If you want to do complimentary small business, that one is C for Myself, and you'll get that class for $6.50. So, yeah, it's a lot, I know. She says, I'm going to spend that $83.65 faithfully. I know it's worth it. Thank you. Yes, your prices are still. I know. You. Hey, friend. How you doing? I ain't seen you in a week. You need more paper? Oh, wait. If you're still on, he sent me this message and I was in here screaming, and I'm pretty sure he was screaming when he wrote it. So I'm not sure if you want to share your experience and why you're like, look, you will never ever change from Honestly Speaking paper again, and the temperature the time, should I say, that you pressed that dry fit at. So I'm not sure if you want to share that if you're still on, but that would be a great, little advertisement right there. Okay. So let's see. The fact that you have Essential to Silhouette Studio, you don't need the crossover. I'm telling you, don't even focus on that. I think you had the original Essentials before, and I think you did get like the 30-day class. Focus on that. Erase like the Cricut to like that one. That's a simple, basic one, and it doesn't have everything. The fact that you have the 30-day course now, you don't even need it. Trust me, you don't need it. Focus on learning Silhouette Studio. Just focus on learning Silhouette Studio. I can go right now and put it on a discount. I'll be taking your money. It really would be, it's not going to be beneficial to you. The fact that you have the 30-day course is more beneficial. If you focus your time on going through those lessons and really focusing on learning that, you're not going to need that crossover because it's basically just surface level information comparing apples to apples. If you have the 30-day, that means you are now serious about learning Silhouette Studio. Focus on that. But now if you want, I can give you a discount. I can just take your money. I mean, look, I like helping, exceed my sales goals if you want. But me being honest, you really don't need it if you have the 30-day training. He says, I literally checked to see if you were live before I placed the order. Let's see. I can't see the courses I already have. I only see the bell. What am I doing wrong? I don't know. I'm not seeing that. I'm not sure. Are you on a phone or on your computer? Because I know Miss Cheryl said that that was happening, but I don't know why. Because when I go to the website from my computer, I don't see that. So I'm not sure what that bell is and why it's blocking. If you scroll, you can't get to your dashboard. I don't know. Miss Cheryl says she's going to show me tonight what she sees on her system, but on my computer, it's not showing it. Okay, and then someone asked me to, how does my 30-day course work? All right, let's go to my screen real quick, and then flip camera. Okay. The 30-day course has already been recorded. It's already taken place. This is something that I did back in March. Will I be doing this live again anytime soon? No. It took a lot out of me. My programs come October will be based around this particular course. And it's going to give you an opportunity to kind of learn it live, but I'm not redoing all of that live. More information will come and how that's going to like work. And if you, let's say you got essentials like during all this time, and there were no live sessions, you will be able to like basically purchase access to the review or like live sessions, which I'm going to give you guys more information about how the new program and like how bachelors and masters will be set up for the new fiscal year. But this was done in March. I was live. I had a live class every day at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, what you have access to is all of those playbacks, unedited, so that you can experience it all as if you were there. You get access to all of the worksheets and you can go through the lessons. Trust me, you will still thrive in the lessons. Hundreds of people have taken it and they'll post about it. They'll let me know like it's still easy to follow. So every day of the 30 days focuses on something. So I took it and I broke it up into bite-sized pieces. And you can take it one step at a time. All right, so go to the website. You'll be able to see what each day reviews. And for certain things, you're either going to have a worksheet or it's provided in the program for you. I go through to where I explain stuff. Sometimes it is a I do, we do, I do, you do, we do type situation. Sometimes it is, okay, I'll do it, then I'll let you guys go. We've had some sessions where we had bonus sessions afterwards, and you get to see others' mistakes and like how they kind of transition through like working through it, and they share their screen and I answer questions. You can kind of see someone who's not an expert at it, how they navigate learning through the lesson. So every single day is a different lesson. Okay. Until we get to day 24, although day 27, we created templates. So the hands-on designing is still a lesson, but it was basically where we started to pull a lot of these tools and now make them work together. As far as like designing. So I show different concepts, how to mix and match things, how to modify things and stuff like that. So you get access to all of the playbacks, you get access to all of the worksheets, you get access to the exclusive group. If you need help along the way, you kind of get stuck, you need to post a question. It is better if you go on the video and like post the timestamp and say, hey, this is where I'm kind of stuck at. I don't understand this part, and what am I missing? That's the best way to get help for specific things in like on a specific video. But that's what that is right there. I will not be doing this live anytime soon, like live again anytime soon. Probably won't be until 2023, if that. And unless Silhouette makes major changes, I may not even do it live again in 2023. So somebody said I was able to still get it even with the bell being there. So they can still see all of their classes. So you may just have to scroll down. So yeah, I'm not even sure what that bell thing is. So hopefully that helps break that down for you as far as what the 30-day course is. Okay. It's not a football course. So let me tell you why it says ready for football. Um, I did uh-oh. Wait. It's not a football course. I'm going to tell you, man, I didn't plan on being on this long today, but it's okay. So I'm gonna break it down why it's called Ready for Football. Um, I have what's called the Ink Zone. If you guys don't know, it's been 2 years. It's our Inkiversary. Inkiversary. So it's been 2 years since we launched our product line, honestly speaking. And so this is HS Ink month. We are currently in HS Ink week because HS Ink day is on Sunday. And that's where we're doing the giveaway. So if you want to enter the giveaway, you have to buy a gift card and then come back to our site. You can buy products, you can buy courses and classes with that gift card, but you have to go buy a gift card on our website. That's how you enter into the giveaway. We're going to do that whole giveaway thing on Sunday. And with this month, if you guys are used to me being on live, you know that I used to pretty much be live every single day and do these Q&As and stuff like that almost every single day. I'm always sharing like when I'm doing design, stuff like that. So this time, well, for this month, I didn't necessarily do like a lot of lives. It's pretty much like Monday, Wednesday for the most part. But I've done lives over in the Ink Zone where I've done like design videos. A lot of people said that they like to see how the professor brain works when it comes to designing. So I've done designs for like my crowns. I had to design a memorial shirt. We designed, I don't know, we've gone through a couple different like design things. And then what we also do is business discussions because our focus this year really has been on helping businesses grow and grow in the way that you want to grow in your business. We're not trying to make you mini clones of me and make you a YouTuber, an influencer, and sell products. You want to make shirts, but you want to sell them. You want to sell custom shirts. You want to know how to reach your target audience. You want to know how to price and all of that. You want to be able to know how to make a profit and keep a profit. So we adjusted prices. I focus a lot of teaching on helping creative entrepreneurs, right? So that's kind of what the theme was for this as well. So we have business discussions about a lot of the questions have been about like t-shirts. So the first couple sessions, we really had like focus on like shirts and stuff like that. When Beyonce's shirt came out, we talked about quality of shirts and telling the difference and how to know how a shirt is made, talking about like art and things like that. Was a really, really good discussion. Then we've had a discussion on different ways to make shirts. And was it last night? No, when we had this session, 2 nights ago, I think maybe Monday night, we had a discussion about effective effective upselling combinations for football season, because that's what we're in right now. Whether you are selling to people to rep their favorite NFL team, their favorite college team, high school team, park rec league type teams, because we're in the midst of football season. So we were discussing effective combinations that you can sell to like these different people who want spirit wear. And then I'm also doing a series of like videos, which I'm actually going to go live right after this in the Ink Zone. Also, after I take a quick break, I'm going through designs, how you can design and it represents a team, but you are not infringing on trademarks of the NFL teams or college teams. Now, high school and rec leagues are a little bit different because most of them aren't trademark anything and they really don't care when you make stuff with their stuff on it because most times they're using an NFL logo anyway, college like type mascot or logo anyway. So a lot of the times the schools don't care unless it's a private school, but it's more so like when you're trying to create designs for the colleges and NFL, like how can I create effective designs and sell them and they represent these teams, but I'm not infringing on trademarks. I'm going to be doing a lot of different examples of that in designing. So if you want to see about designs, I'm not doing that on these live videos, like these free public videos. You got to join the Ink Zone for that. So that's where the football part comes in, is because I am a football fanatic. Football's about to kick off. This is a big money maker season. There's someone that I watch like on TikTok, and they're right now like making a bunch of like the little tables when people are watching football and stuff like that. They have tables with all the different teams and stuff. So football paraphernalia is really, really big right now. So that's why the code is ready for football, because I'm trying to help you guys with designs and stuff like that for football season to get this football money. All right. So that's why ready for football. That will get you access to the Ink Zone, because I'm not discounting that, because that's a live, active. I'm doing live Zoom sessions with you. I'm doing live design classes. There's giveaways. There's all kind of stuff in there. So that's not going to be on sale. It's $33.65 to get access to it. The sessions alone have been worth way more than $33.65. But if you combine the Ink Zone access, and if you've never had Essentials, now's your opportunity. You get Ink Zone. You also purchase Essential at the same time. You put in the code ready for football. You're going to get 30% off of Essentials at Silhouette Studio only for a few hours. And then it's going to go back to where you just get 20% off. But if you just want Essentials Silhouette Studio, you don't want to spend any extra money, you don't want to come join the Ink Zone, you don't want all this great information, today we're going to talk about marketing and branding. You don't want that information, just want Essentials? Hey, it's a 25% off discount code, 30K deep. 30K deep. Gets you 25% off. And then don't really have that kind of coins, but you want to see, is your girl, is it really real? Does she know her stuff? Can she really teach me how to design? Then if you use See For Myself, you can get Complimentary Small Business. Y'all missed one of the best classes I've ever taught, was the switch up. You missed that one. Now, if you want, you got to pay the full price. But you can try out Complimentary Small Business and see how I teach, and if you can truly learn from me, and maybe that'll help you decide if you want to take future classes from me. So See For Myself allows you to get Complimentary Small Business for $6.50. Ready for Football allows you to get access to the Ink Zone and Essentials to Silhouette Studio. And you'll get 30% off of Essentials. Get 30% off of Essentials to Silhouette Studio. 30K deep will get you 25% off of Essentials to Silhouette Studio 30-day course. Okay. Do I prefer Shopify or Etsy? I'm always going to prefer Shopify because that's like my Etsy. I don't have time for that. So I don't really need a marketplace. So for me, it's going to always be Shopify. I have an Etsy and I don't put any effort into it. Hit the maximize button and you can see the courses. They are small till you click on the course you want to see. Okay. I got that also and could not scroll up. It gives a small window at the bottom of the page to scroll. I had that issue too with the bell, but I was able to click start course and it went away. Okay. That 30-day course is the best thing I have done for myself. The computer maximize button. Not sure if you have noticed, but when I log into the Academy, the page comes up. Okay, yeah, if that's what everyone's talking about. I have no idea what it's doing because it doesn't do that for me. I was going to ask you about the bell showing up and blocking 3/4 of the page. Yeah, I have no idea. He really wrote out this long thing. Oh my gosh. Listen, my fellow Incredibles, on this incredible day. So the other day, I really wanted to test to see how long using to see how long using dry fits for shirts would take to press because I have several large orders underway. When I tell you I tried 20 seconds, and to my surprise, it was perfect, like perfect, no cap for the young viewers. This paper is gold. Regardless of your design, your customers will go crazy because of the level of color and clarity. Oh, y'all don't understand about clarity when it comes to things. Any paper can release. It's going to do its job. It's going to release. You can use regular copy paper. It's going to release. But it's that clarity, especially for those details. That's the part that y'all miss when people say, oh, you don't have to use sublimation paper. Then you must not want clean, crisp images. When using this paper, I am a witness and faithful, I'm guessing say supporter. I'm not sure because it cut off. Thank you. I can't believe you really wrote all that out. Thank you, love. It goes away, but every time you have to sign in, you get the bell. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I purchased 30-day course. What's the name of the designing course you mentioned? Also, what is the football course about? Okay, so I just explained that. I will have to try. It should be under my dashboard, right? Correct. Thank you. I do have some graphic design experience. I'm probably at the intermediate level. I'm interested in learning the Silhouette software. Yes, of course. I'm going to always suggest my 30-day training. Trust me. The 30-day training is where it's at. Yes, 30K deep. 30K will get you 25% off. Yes. The ink zone is INKcredible. It says that it's invalid. What are you trying to get? Because if you're trying to, okay, I'm going to go over here. Let's see. So, hold on. Let's see. We're going to go over here. Essential Silhouette Studio. Check out 30K deep. Yeah, it's saying 62.74. I don't know. It's working for me. So let me exit that out. 30K deep. Oops. 30K deep. Yeah, it's working. Not sure why it's not working on your end, but I'm showing that it's working. Try refreshing maybe? I don't know. The ink zone is Tony the Tiger Great. Oh, for sure, the professor will teach you, no doubt about it. Is it the web browser? Oh, yeah, use Google Chrome. It probably is something with Firefox then. I only use Google Chrome. The bell is there in Chrome, but it's only at the top corner. So yeah. Oh, she says it is the web. It is the web browser. I use Firefox. The bell is still there in Chrome, but it's in the top corner. Yes, I have no idea what's going on with that, and I only use Google. Maybe that's why I didn't have an issue because I only use Google Chrome. Yes, you missed the switch up sale because that was on for 2 days actually. So yes, you have missed the switch up sale. Next coins, I have to give me something. Oh, faithful and spoiled. You really are spoiled. You really are. The full access pass is how you get access to the ink zone. So I guess I should have said it that way. So the full access ticket is how you get access to the ink zone. So if you use Ready for Football, you have to get the full access ticket and you have to use Silhouette Studio, get Essentials, and you can use it ready for football. But the full access ticket is our exclusive community and our exclusive area for HS Ink Month. And that's where I'm doing live videos and live discussions. I'm actually giving you guys really great Zoom sessions. We have great business discussions via Zoom where you can talk to me, chat with me, ask questions, and then they're streamed to the group. So you can either join the Zoom live, but it's also streamed to the group. So for those who missed it, you'll be able to watch the playback of it. If you've already purchased the Ink Zone on Monday, is there a code for the essentials? You just have to use the one for 25% off. So you would use the 30K deep and you're only going to get 25% off. The Ink Zone is, it's the full access ticket. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so used to calling it the Ink Zone, but it says it on there. So like if you come here and you go right there, it's this. Hey, what happened to my description? My whole description went away. But yes, this is how you get access to the Ink Zone, the full access pass. You have not caught a live in over a year? Oh, wow. Your Still at CO keeps freezing. It may be the version that you're using and how it, and like the computer that you have. So if your memory is not that great, if you don't have a great graphics card, or if you have a lot of things on your hard drive is darn near full, it's going to affect how Silhouette Studio works, especially the 4.4 version. If it's just you're having a lot of issues, you may want to go down to 4.3. I have a video showing how to go back down to 4.3. All right. Oh, wow. It's been almost 2 hours, y'all. I got to go. Man, did not realize it has been almost 2 hours that I have been on here. I get into these things and I'm answering questions and I avoid looking at the time and then realize that it's way too much time that has gone by. And I'm supposed to be over in the Ink Zone doing a live video for the hell, my hair got caught, for designing. So let me go. It's Wednesday, so right before my bachelor session, I'll be live again to do another Q&A. When the site comes up, there is a flash deal like list that you can sign up for. And I randomly drop a flash sale on HS Ink products. So be sure to sign up for that and check your messages when you get the ding, just kind of see if it's from HS Ink, because there are different flash deals that are dropped every day this week as we're in HS Ink week. All right. So I shall talk to you. I just tried it. 30K deep. Yes, I just did it. So I go to my cart, check out 30K deep, and the discount is there. I'm not sure if refresh. Which class are you trying to, so you're trying to do essentials, right? Because I think you said that. Let me make sure, and it's the 30-day training. Let me make sure my old essentials, that old essentials should not be on here anymore. There should be no way for you to even buy the old essentials. And you'd have to be on the shop site. It's not on the Academy site, it's on the shop site. So hopefully you're on the right site. Okay, let me get rid of this. This is probably why too. It's probably confusing because this is the old one. I thought I took this off, but I guess it's not. So let's go into drafts, manage, deselect all. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you guys were on the wrong essentials. It's the 30-day training. All right, so I took that one off. Maybe that's what it was. I'm going to have to go through here and make sure that any of the old ones are not still on here. Okay, there we go. Nope, it's not all caps. Look, I'm going to delete it. I'm going to put it 30K deep. This is all, oops, 30K deep, all lowercase. It comes up. If I take that off and I put it in all caps, 30K deep. Oh, come on. 30K deep. It comes up. I'm not sure. When it comes to the ink zone, when it's a live Zoom session, I post it as an event in the group. And if you, for those who like when you purchase access to it through my email marketing, I send out an email and there is a link where it says like in the group, it says to text a number, and or you can sign up on like this one list or whatever, and I send out text messages as well, like when I go live. So there's a couple different ways, but I always post it as an event in the group and it automatically invites everyone. So just make sure that you have your notifications turned on for the group, turned on for me, change the notifications to see first. But I really can't control how Facebook sends out the notifications. That's why we also make sure that we send out an email like right before the live. Oh no, ma'am. There will never be there's no code for that one. 3365 is a steal for how much you're getting for that. And you get that, you get access to an exclusive group. We've had full on Zoom sessions. You're getting design sessions. You have giveaways that's going to be in there that's going to be exclusive for the Ink Zone. And you get 3 perk bands. No, there will be no discount for that at all. Sorry, guys. That's something that's fresh. Like anything that's like new class wise, normally sales only happen the first 24 hours. Like when I first launch it, it's early bird. Get it while it's hot, brand new, fresh off the press. There's a sale, there's a discount. Once that happens, there's not any sales unless there's something like when it's live and I'm like actually in it and I'm teaching it actively, there's no sales on it. Now, anywhere from like 3 months after it's done, I'll start to maybe use it as a sales funnel. Like we hit 30K, so I was able to kind of use that. It's little things like that that you guys have to know. It hurts my heart when I see people just doing random sales just for any and everything and hurting their business, because the more sales you run, especially if you're only making money when you're doing sales, you're really losing money. If your profit numbers and your revenue when you're not running a sale, if they are not high enough and you're not getting sales during that time and you're only getting it when you're doing bundles and sales, you're losing money. It may look good to be able to see all of those, but you're going to be overworked and underpaid. I don't get it. Sales, take this how you will, right? For creative entrepreneurs, running a sale on your things is like working overtime for less money, because normally when you have a sale and it's something that you are actively doing, people are going to come. So now you have to actually do work. If it's not something that is ready to ship, or if it's not something like if you're someone that does class and stuff, it's not something that's pre-recorded, or if it's not passive income and you run a sale, you are working overtime for less money. We don't do that on corporate jobs. We should not be doing that to ourselves in our small businesses. So when I do with my creative business, I teach them how to effectively run sales. companies aren't running sales just for no reason. There's methods behind the madness. So it hurts my heart when I see people, and it's like, it's almost like a desperation thing to run a sale. And especially when you need that money like for something specific, you're really hurting yourself. So yeah. Come October, y'all want to get into a real creative business class with your girl, because I teach you the real about running a business and all these, like, sales and using social media, local, or like local sales, all of that, because a lot of you guys following people that's going to hurt you. Their pockets are going to stay, their bank account's going to stay growing, their pocket's going to be fatter, and you're still going to be sitting there with a sad looking face like, okay, wait, why am I not making any money? I got your course, I got this, you told me I got the blueprint, yet I'm still not making any money. Why? I feel like I'm spending out more money. Because you're doing it wrong. It's okay though. Okay, I purchased the 30-day training Monday by mistake. I thought you were referring to the Essentials. Essentials Silhouette Studio is the 30-day training. It is. It's called Essentials. If you look at the name of it, it's called Essentials to Silhouette Studio. Like it says on there, and it says Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. That's the same thing. Yeah. The one that, if you're trying to do the old one, that's like my one I did 2 years ago. I didn't even know that was still on the site, that where it was coming up on the site. Wait, which tools? Huh? I'm not understanding what you mean, the tools. So yeah, see? Essentials to Silhouette Studio. Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. This is the one, the 30-day training. All right, y'all, let me get out of here. I need to go and drink some water, rest my voice a little bit, and then we're going to do a design video over in the Ink Zone. Now, those, the design ones are not via Zoom. They are just regular live videos in the group. I guess I'll try to do those. They're more spontaneous. They're not like, these are not like classes. They're normally like watch me work type deals. But these for this one is more like a class, because I don't really have an order for these shirts. I mean, for these designs. So the live videos are more spontaneous. It's just like how all of my other lives. I don't schedule live videos. Most times I schedule stuff that I'm getting paid for. These are free. So yeah, that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles when it comes to that. And I'm trying my best to like be more active in there so that Facebook will let you guys know whenever I am live in the Ink Zone. But just try to turn your notifications on. And then this time around, what I'll also do while I'm sitting here refreshing is I'll create an event. Hopefully that event will trigger and let you guys know when I'll be live. Now, the reason why I say I don't like to schedule them, almost every single time I get ready to go live, I end up getting a customer service call or something happens. I work from home. And the only time like I make sure that I don't bother to like answer any of those things or address any of those is in my structured paid, like this was a scheduled class. But if it was like, okay, I was supposed to be live today, I was supposed to go live at 9 a.m. My husband decided he wanted to make me breakfast this morning. Okay, we sat down, we ate breakfast, we talked and had some time, talk about business, talk about life. And I sat and enjoyed breakfast with my husband. Then when I was about to go live again, then I got a call. So I end up coming live a little bit after 11 a.m. because things like that happen all the time. But if it was like a dedicated class, my phone goes on do not disturb. My door is closed. It's locked. If the kids are here, don't bug me. Watch your kids. Don't let them come to my door. But for live videos, yeah, life happens, business happens. So I will schedule it probably for like 2 o'clock. But let's just hope and pray nothing happens and I can actually be live at 2 o'clock to do the live design video. All right. So, and so on, I will see you hopefully at 2 o'clock on the dot. And we're going to do a very basic a design that's around football that can be used whether it's for NFL, college, high school, or rec league football. All right. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.